we're just here to have a little chat today. Obviously wanting to know all the behind the scenes, what's been going on with Babetta, where you're taking it in the future. But if you want to give a little introduction of yourself.
Yeah, so obviously started Babetta about nearly a year ago now, so it launched December 2022. Before that I was probably working on the brand for about 18 months, something like that.
Quite a process, to be fair.
Yeah, quite a long
time coming.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
What are you going to be, so it's a year in December, have you got any plans?
So
I know you did your launch events, so any events,
I
anything?
did. So this is something I've been thinking about actually, because obviously I did the launch event, for anyone that doesn't know, in the October, but then I actually launched the brand in December, just because of manufacturing issues.
There's a lot,
So now it's coming up like literally in a month.
Wow.
Is 1 year since the launch party, which is crazy.
That's flown by,
hasn't it? And then obviously it's 1 year since the actual ran in December, so I want to do something for 1 year.
Yeah.
But now it's kind of like, I don't know if to just keep doing it in October, because I feel like, I know it's kind of like it would be a bit of a weird tradition, but I feel like it's quite fun because just think Christmas, when I actually launched, it's so near it's really near Christmas.
Yeah,
that's what I was going to say, like
people
December.
People are going to be busy.
Christmas parties, is everyone free? It's kind of, we're looking forward to like Christmas celebrations, stuff like that, not like a launch birthday event.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think October would be a good idea to do it then, definitely. Yeah. But who's to say that you have to launch 1 year and then 2 years and then on?
Maybe I'll just sort of
end of the year. It's just all for
October, November, December. For better.
I love that. So obviously, like you said, 18 months in the process. Where was your starting point? Like, was it when you were younger and you knew you wanted to be, you know, into fashion and or were it when you were in uni? Like, did you realise I want to start a brand? When do you think it was?
So I think it was, again, for like anyone that doesn't know, obviously OGs will remember fabric fashion.
Oh yeah, we love that
such a classic. So I used to sort of make like masks and bags and stuff like that throughout lockdown. It was never really like a business as such. Like I just thought, I'll do it for a bit. But I really enjoyed it. It went quite well. So when I came to uni, I thought, right, this business thing is actually what I want to do. Like I always knew I wanted to work for myself in some aspect, whether that's like freelancing, having a business, like something. Kind of always had like big goals, big dreams. But I think it was sort of after probably like a couple of months into uni, I thought, right, I really want to do fashion seriously. So I thought, right, I'm kind of sick of the fabric fashion stuff. I don't like the name of it. It's not who I am anymore. Like it's
I was gonna say, you grew out of it, kind of.
That's it. So it was a nice little, you know, when I was 18, lockdown, like little project, quite fun, quite cute, quite wholesome. And I'm thinking now I'm in this era of becoming better, becoming who I want to be, becoming a woman. And I need something that represents that.
And I also feel like Babetta, it has more meaning to you. Like obviously I know that it's your grandma is Babetta Blakeman. So I love that it's actually quite personal rather than...
That's it, the brand's got a story. 100%. So like the brand's got a story and it's got things like to share. Do you know what I mean?
And I think when it has more meaning, you can take it places. You know it's gonna last longer than something that you did when you were 18 in lockdown and was just a little side hustle. 100%. But I think that obviously got you into the mindset of like what it's like to kind of work on at your own pace
100%.
And rather than having someone kind of controlling what you're doing, you've got your own creativity, your own control. So definitely I think that is exciting to hear. So I know you started off with the core collection, which launched online in December. What have you got anything, you know, new? Are you wanting to move on from that kind of style, or you know, redesign things that you've already got? Any new collections, anything like that? Do you have a time frame? Is there anything for the future?
I think there's like a lot in the works, a lot that I want to do, a lot of ideas and stuff. It's just kind of getting them done and seeing how I can sort of fit them in and and pricing and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, currently I'm sort of relaunching the core collection, so it'll be relaunched hopefully about March, which I know is kind of still a little while away. But yeah, it's going to have some new and improvements. Everything's going to fit that little bit better.
Yeah.
You know, everything's going to be a little bit more today. We're going to have a lot more stock in place. So quite big plans for like relaunching that, because that is our main collection and that does represent Babetta.
I'm going to say, if you've got like a staple collection, you know it's going to be timeless and you know it fits everyone and works for everyone. But why not just keep growing that as time goes, and as the business gets bigger, you're going to be able to, you know, expand it and then you know, take it places.
Definitely. And then I think I want to, and then I want to like add a few more pieces that can be worn with the core collection, but just bring that one piece here, one piece there.
Yeah.
And then I'd love to do another collection towards the end of next year, 2024, or the start of 2025.
As if we're nearly in 2024 already. It's crazy.
It's mad.
But no, I definitely see the vision. I feel like you, obviously, as a person, you have to have a strong personality and strong mindset to be able to push this forward, and I think you're exactly the person for it. Like, you know what you're doing, you're very clued up, you're a boss bee, so I admire that. I think, you know, it's important to consider who's behind the business when in 10 years, you know, everyone's going to know Babetta's name.
Yeah,
that's definitely the vibe that it's going to be.
Thank you.
I'm manifesting.
Love that. But 100%, like, I do think it's the person behind the business, which, you know, you cannot have a strong business without having the foundations yourself and having that sort of mindset and doing those things, like having that routine and just being a good person and stuff.
Definitely.
So
that shines through in
100%, everything. And at the end of the day, especially when you start out, you are the business. So technically, who you are, what your values are, how kind you are, all this sort of stuff is the business. So if you're not like that, the business will not be like that. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Obviously, as it grows, you know, kind of different. But when you're starting out.
And we're going to say, I feel like since knowing you as well, I've definitely seen your personal self grow, even like your online presence, obviously you wanting to build the name. And how do you feel like you want to take yourself further, maybe? Obviously, I think the brand is definitely the aim, but I think having goals for yourself, it obviously backs up as well.
100%, I think something I've really tried to do is work on like a bit of a personal brand. And like, I don't know, I've just been trying to post TikToks, like days in the life, like really showing the behind the scenes of the business. So I've kind of been looking at other founders who I think do that really well, like Connor Walker, House of CB, Grace Beverly.
Oh, just
literally.
Amazing.
So they've kind of got their own brand going on, where they sort of showcase like the behind the scenes. Chrissy, who does like Honor Active as well. I love her. Love her content.
I also love from Australia, Tammy Hembro, Saskia. I feel like I've been following her and I learned to love the brand from her as a person.
That's what it is, and I follow quite a few. I follow like the man George who does Represent. And I don't follow Represent, and like I don't actually own anything from them. I don't buy from them personally, but I really like seeing the behind the scenes, seeing what he does, his routine and stuff. And I thought that's quite inspiring for other like entrepreneurs or founders or people who want to get into business or just be a better them. Basically.
A better person. I think it's definitely important to have that online persona which is authentic to yourself.
That's it.
Like you're never going to want to be portray that person that isn't who would be buying Babetta and who would be seeing in Babetta.
Exactly. You need to come across genuine.
Definitely.
And just be true to you, really. I think so. Something I've tried to do, show a little bit more behind the scenes, a little bit more what goes into the business. Because at the end of the day, that is Babetta. Like I want to create a community of women, and if there's any women out there who want to start a business, want to start a clothing brand, I want to support. You know, like I don't think we're not in competition. Like, you know,
very true.
It's not about that comparing or racing or anything like that. It's just helping and supporting one another.
I think that's really, really important that you said that, because it can be so led by how much money you've got behind you, or who you are, or if you've already got that name. And at the end of the day, you are going to be able to run your business from the ground up, whether you started with money or you started with the fame. Anyway, but I think that's definitely inspiring to people who are thinking about starting a business. How did you feel? Obviously, I know you started it in university. Did you think that you had like any guidance, or did you think, I'm going to do it now so that I've got, you know, the people behind me that could maybe guide me with my website, that could guide me with my digital marketing in general? Because obviously I know you did fashion branding with communication, so it all comes into play. But what, you know, do you think it was just right time and you felt like you were ready, or do you think uni had an impact on why you wanted to start it then?
I don't think it's because of uni. Like, I didn't necessarily think, oh, I need to launch this while I'm at uni, like it has to be done. I think it just kind of happened. And I think like it was good I did it in uni, because obviously we sort of had like the resources, like photographers, photography studios, models, like all of these things for free, which like is such a blessing, because it's just so expensive when you're starting out to hire models, to hire studios, to hire photographers and stuff. It's just crazy. Obviously got kind of you guys for content and all that sort of stuff, which was amazing. So I think it was just the right time. I also think you never feel ready. Like, I just don't think you're ever ready to launch a business. Like, if you keep waiting until you're ready or the business is perfect and stuff, you will never launch.
That is a good point, because I think there always needs to be room to grow.
Yeah, definitely. And I always remember Grace Beverley putting something on a story once saying, if you're not embarrassed about the first version of your business, then you've done it wrong. And I think actually when you look back, like, that's so true, because I probably, in hindsight, I launched too early. And I wish I'd kind of worked on the brand and kind of got things solidified and stuff before launching. But I think I was just that raring, ready to go.
Yeah, eager.
I went for it, but I think that everything happens for a reason. Everything happens at the time it's supposed to. So obviously I was supposed to launch. Obviously now at the moment I'm not like taking a break from it, but I've been working hard to try and get more stock, to try and get product and stuff to keep the business going. So it kind of looks like I've been a little bit missing, maybe on
quiet,
on socials and stuff. Obviously there hasn't been anything new this year. Like it's quite, you know, come on when we're getting more stuff. But I think it's just, that's just the journey, and I kind of want to be open about that as well. That like I am doing things. I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna give it up or anything. Sometimes it just takes time and you learn and you pivot and you redirect and stuff.
True. I was going to say, I think it's good that you've mentioned that you do want to share that, you know, it's still a thought every day. Like, you are always thinking about how to improve and what you want to do next, whereas, you know, some people online might be like, where's she gone? Like, where's Babetta? But I think with having that loyal following behind you, and obviously you've built up a large following for what you have in the last year. Like, I definitely can see it growing and continuing when you know, you've got the new collection launching and 100%. You've got new pieces, so I definitely see it going places. It's exciting.
Yeah, really exciting.
But I'd love to hear more about the foundations. Like, I know that you had like manufacturers in Oxford, were it? How did you go about finding them? Obviously, if people are interested in like starting up themselves, how do you even go about that? I honestly feel like I'd have no clue.
So manufacturing, honestly, the hardest part, I would say. Like, finding a good manufacturer, and I think anyone with a clothing brand particularly will tell you that is just like so hard. So in the first place, I had a bit of a sort of coach, mentor for a few months. But I didn't stay too long. Just because I felt like I needed a little bit more. But I paid to get a document of like manufacturing names actually. So I kind of rang up those, emailed those and stuff. Didn't really get anything from them. Then just Google. Took loads of Google. So the first manufacturer I sampled with was from Google, I think. So I manufactured with them, or just got samples. But I didn't move forward with production with them. Then I found another one, but they didn't actually produce the products in the UK, and that was always important to me in the brand.
Definitely.
The brand values to be manufactured in the UK.
Definitely.
So I didn't end up going with those. Then the third one was a seamstress based in Oxford, who I found on Instagram, I believe, because I'd seen that she'd made products for another brand.
Right.
So worked with her, and then after this I kind of moved to another factory, quite a small factory, really local, based in Huddersfield.
Oh, so a bit closer this
yeah,
time.
Yeah, absolutely. Just because they can kind of bulk produce a little bit more, obviously.
Yeah.
And have like shorter lead times and stuff. So business wide, it just kind of made sense decision wise to go there. So yeah, just a lot of research, Instagram, talking to people, networking.
I was gonna say, networking. I feel like that's definitely a big thing. Word of mouth, like just knowing the people.
Definitely, yeah.
Like you say, Google, it's right there. Everyone can use it, but when you're actually wanting to create a brand where you can follow every single step and you're guiding the way through. I think 100%. Knowing these people and going to networking events and stuff like that definitely helps.
And I think also I know that in the industry there's a lot of gatekeeping with manufacturers and stuff, which is it's understandable, because I think it's taken people that long to find one, that long to trust one. Obviously it's quite like a private thing, but I think something I really want to do with the brand is not gatekeep. If you want to know, if you need a manufacturer, no, not at all, because I just think, at the end of the day, my factory, or sort of the people sort of producing and manufacturing for me, it's female-owned business, female-led business. I'm pretty sure most of the employees are females. That's her business as well, and I want to help her, support her. Just the same, that's it. Just the same she does with the brand. She supports the brand and genuinely cares, and vice versa. So if I can help her get more business, I'm absolutely
definitely
want to do that and share
love
those
that.
things.
Definitely. Well, I think I've got one last question for you.
Alright.
So 10 years time.
Yes.
Obviously I feel like it's very cliche, but it's good to have those goals in mind now. Where do you see Babetta?
100%. So 10 years time, that's a long time.
It is. 2020, no, 2033.
Because sometimes I think 10 years, I'm oh my gosh, that's so short, that's gonna fly by.
Literally.
But then if you think how far your life's come 10 years ago I was 11.
I know.
So
we were going into high school.
Yeah. So what's happened since year 7 until now is just mad. You could not write it. I'm sure the same for you, for anyone in 10 years. So much has gone on and can go on that you just can't even comprehend things. So I think 10 years, big dreams, big goals. So definitely in trusted retailers, big names.
Oh yeah,
we want to be there. I'd love to have a store as well. And obviously that's not something I'm 100% decided on. Obviously I'd love to do pop-ups and things as well in the meantime. But I would love to have a store at some point, or be based somewhere.
I think it's also important, 10 years time, it's going to be less high street, there's going to be less shops in general, because obviously everything is going online, especially from 2020, COVID, all that. I think to turn it round and to have a shop and where people can physically see it, you just can't beat it sometimes. From shopping online, I think even I can see it less than 10 years time, which is the whole goal. I think
100%,
to have it as soon as.
Definitely obviously working on it full time, having a team, having trusted people around, which I think would be amazing. To really have a strong community as well. Community of women. I really want to be posting on YouTube constantly, consistently. Posting podcasts. Really
just branching out to all the areas.
Definitely be really sort of known. I'd love to also hold events, networking events for women.
I love that.
Potentially even men's,
Hold on.
I know.
Are we going into men's?
I know.
No, but to be fair,
something I would love to do with the brand. Obviously,
I can see it.
There's a long way to go before there would be a better men's, but never say never,
Definitely, I think your clothes would definitely, even now I can see them being very unisex, universal, can fit everyone, every style. So that's exciting to hear.
I think it's the core collection and then the core collection men's. So it's kind of the same pieces, but actually, we've got obviously the women's blazer and trousers. We could have a men's blazer and trousers. Same fabric, same colour. masculine style.
I'm gonna say, I think that'd be good to kind of, you know, even like, you know, see what kind of different men want when they're styling the clothes. Obviously, do they want them more tailored? Do they want them more wide fitting? I think that would be such an exciting thing to go down in the future. Wow.
Definitely.
I know. Well,
so,
if there's anything else you think you've missed,
I don't think so.
I've gone over everything.
We've covered quite a bit. We'll save the rest for next time.
I'm going to say in the next episode.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so
much.
much.
Thank you so much.
I know.